What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and today I'm back to bring you more lore and info regarding everybody's favorite war game, Warhammer 40k. In today's video, we will be going over the Warhammer community page that talks about the new rules for the Dark Angels. So the Dark Angels are the next Space Marine army to come out with a new codex for 9th edition, and it's looking pretty spicy, my boys. So without further ado, let's jump right into the new lore and rules for the Dark Angels. So right off the bat, let's start off with their new well, it's not a new discipline, but their discipline for psychic abilities called the Interomancy. And this is all about ripping secrets from the brains of their enemies. And it's pretty cool because one of those abilities is called Mind Wipe. This is where the librarian scourges the minds of his foes, dragging out every memory that makes them who they are and reducing them to hollow shells of what they once were. So lore-wise, that's pretty badass. Now let's see how that translates into the actual game. So you have an ability called Malediction, where Mind Wipe has a warp charge value of 7, and if manifested, you select one enemy unit within 18 inches of the Psyker who manifested it. Then you select one aura ability that unit has, and until the start of your next psychic phase, they no longer have that aura ability. So that's pretty good. You could easily target like captains, chapter masters who have that aura that allow rerolls to hit, and sometimes rerolls to wound. So if you manage to get this off, boom. Now that force multiplier of that captain is no longer a force multiplier, which is pretty cool. I like it, although you kind of have to be danger close to whatever you're trying to mind wipe. It's only a range of 18, and if you're that close, maybe you want to be doing it via dropping from deep strike or coming in from reserves, so that way you've got more people on your side, because if you're just a lone psyker just doing this, that's not really going to amount to much. The other ability is called Engulfing Fear, and that's where the librarian makes his way into the minds of his enemies, and subtly he twists and heightens their fear. So, were you guys ever afraid of the boogeyman? Yeah, me either. But if somebody did this Engulfing Fear on me, then yeah, I would be afraid of the boogeyman. So this malediction reads as such. Engulfing Fear has a warp charge value of 7, just like the other ability. If manifested, you select one enemy unit within 24 inches of the Psyker, and until the start of your next psychic phase, you do these 3 next things. So right off the bat, you already got a bigger range, and you do 3 things to the enemy. The first one is you subtract 1 from their leadership. No big deal. The second one, that unit cannot use the objective secured ability or any similar abilities that allow them to control an objective regardless of the number of enemy models within range of that objective. That's big. That is really big. Because if you've got a unit of troops and the other person has a unit of more troops, the other person will get that objective. But if you make them engulf their fear, then they no longer have that and you do. So that's big. That's really good. And lastly, if the result of the psychic test was equal to or greater than that unit's leadership, that unit cannot perform actions. And if they are currently performing an action, it immediately ends. Actions are big in games of 40k, especially in 9th edition, because in 9th edition, actions allow you to get more points off of objectives. They allow you to raise the banners. So you're really taking away points from your opponent by engulfing them in fear. So because of that, I'm thinking that a lot of psychers are going to have this ability just to take away the opponent's ability to rack up points. Really good in my opinion, and let's see what else they got. But that's all they got for psychic powers. That's all they're showing us. Let's go on to the relics. So we have the Mace of Redemption, which is basically a power maul or a Crozius Arcanum, meaning that only your chaplains will be able to wield this relic. So it's a ranged melee, type melee, doubles your strength with a -3 AP, dealing a flat 2 damage. Each attack that is made with this weapon against a fallen or a heretic Astarte unit has an unmodified wound roll of 4, inflicts 2 mortal wounds on the target, and then the attack sequence ends. So it's good, but it's even better against chaos. That's basically what it's saying. I don't know. In my opinion, I don't really like Crozius Arcanums. Like they it's supposed to be a freaking like bludgeoning weapon, but it's like just use a Thunderhammer, my dude. Or most chaplains already have a Power Fist. Just use that. Next up, we have one of my favorite weapons from the Dark Angel line, and that is the Heavenfall Blade. A model equipped with a Power Sword, Mastercrafted Power Sword, Relic Blade, or Executioner Relic Blade can switch it for the Heavenfall Sword. And the following is its profile. Rage and type or melee, you get a +2 to your strength, -4 AP, dealing a flat 2 damage, and every time you attack, it makes one additional attack with that weapon. This is really good because even a Raven Wing Talonmaster can even get this relic, even though it's a vehicle, so that's pretty cool. Now, just a little bit of lore on the Heavenfall Blades. They're made from meteorites, so the actual blade is black. Really badass. I don't know why, I just love that. It reminds me of the sword from Avatar that, I don't want to spoil it. Yo, if you've seen Avatar, you know. Continuing on, we go through one of the stratagems. They got 2 here, but if you guys want to see the first one, links to this article will be down below. So let's talk about Intractable. So this is a stratagem that costs 2 CP, and you use it during your movement phase when a unit has been chosen to fall back. Of course, that unit has to be a Dark Angel, but if it has the Inner Circle ability, you don't have to roll your 2d6 to see if you can fall back, you just automatically do so. And until the end of the turn, that unit is eligible to shoot. Really good, because usually you're not able to fall back and shoot. If you're an Inner Circle, you fall back automatically. If you're not an Inner Circle, you still gotta roll to see if you can, but if you do, you can fall back and shoot. Really big, really amazing in my opinion, because now you can charge. If you get charged by like a chargey unit, you just fall back and shoot them, and then have the rest of your army still shoot them. Because normally when you fall back, you do it so that the rest of your army can shoot the models that were in close combat. So yet another good ability for the Dark Angels. And that's all we're going to cover for this one. Like I said, there's still a few more rules and abilities here, but I don't want to spoil it all for you guys. Again, links to the Warhammer community page are down below. So far, I'm liking it. I'm really liking what the Dark Angels have to offer, and that's even without looking at what the Raven Wing and the Deathwing have coming to them. So again, guys, stay subscribed because we will be covering all the news and details coming in the following days for the Warhammer community, rules and previews for the Dark Angels. So let me know what you're most looking forward to, and also let me know who's your favorite Dark Angel. Is it Azrael, Belial? Let me know down below. And as always, this has been the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I will be catching all you guys in the next one.